It's time for the Dugout Crew. Brought to you by the David 3000 Network, MVG Productions, and the 25. And now, here is the Dugout Crew.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello everyone. Play ball and batter up. Welcome to another episode of the Dugout Crew podcast, episode number 10 on the David 3000 Network. I am your host, Eric Lima. How are you guys doing out there? Hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed day. And I am here with one of my good buddies once again from the great state of Texas. A man who likes video games and loves baseball is Houston Astros. Jesse Ortiz, a.k.a. Jester Gaming. Jesse, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Now, I don't know where Joey Acacia is. He's giving me the thumbs up. He hasn't said anything else to me. And hopefully, if he's going to be late, then that's fine. If not, well, I'll know sooner. So hopefully Joey will join us sooner or later. So we got lots to talk about, Jesse. Big week in baseball. I'll tell you what, big news week in baseball, man. It's been a decent season so far. First half of the season almost over. We got one more month until we end the first half of the baseball season. And how do you feel about your Astros so far? Do you feel still the same,
Well, they recently swept a certain team recently, in Oakland.
Yeah. I'm sure probably the reason why Joey's not going to want to come in here. He's afraid you're probably going to taunt the poor guy. But the Red Sox have been a little ebbing and flowing themselves, and I know Baltimore. They lost 2 out of 3 against Baltimore, and I knew Baltimore was going to be a tough team, so I'm not very, very surprised at this. So, but I did pick up something along the way. I bought this on eBay the other day, the Red Sox yearbook, 2024 official yearbook. Brian Bayo, Rafael Devers, and Christian Casas on the front cover.
Nice.
So, yeah, 3 great players will be legends for the Red Sox in the future. It all depends on how they do going forward. And we shall see what happens. Okay, like I said, we got a lot to talk about. Well, let's get to the news. I already got it right here. Thank you, David St. Dennis, our executive producer, for sending me the news. The injuries, speaking of the Orioles, we're talking about John Means, who pitched a no-hitter against the Red Sox a couple of seasons ago, I do believe, on the 15-day injured list with left forearm strain. That's going to be a big blow to the Orioles. And sometimes when you lose a player like that, even though for a short back is a little itchy. So so that's a tough call for the Orioles, hopefully. And I'm sure they'll try to hang in there, but the Yankees got first place, so the Orioles might need somebody down the road. Another pitcher, Dean Kremer, going on 15-day IL with a right tricep strains. Boy, arm straining, man. They must have used these guys. Brandon Hyde must have used these guys more than they bargained for. Let me tell you. Orioles losing 2 key pitchers that could hurt them down in the long run. So we'll see what happens when those 2 come back. The Angels. I didn't know Miguel Sano plays for the Angels now. I know he used to play for the Twins. He actually burned his knee because he left the heating pad on too long. You better put the heating pad away because summer is coming soon, man. Especially around here. I want to use a heating pad. Oh, wait. Joey Acacia is informed me. I'll be on in a moment. I had to leave the house for a moment. Okay. All right. So Joey Acacia will be joining us momentarily. All right. So he'll be enjoying us momentarily. All righty then. So Juan Washington said it's not considered serious, but it is a setback a little bit. So Listen, Sano's going to sit out a few more games until his knee heals up on that burn. So we shall see what happens. But big blow to the Braves. Unfortunately, Ronald Acuna Jr. is out for the season with a torn ACL. Ouch.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Braves losing a key player right like that is going to hurt them in the long run, especially their offense. And Ronald Acuna, he's one of their best players on that team, and just for him to, go down, it's like it's a hurts break because the Braves, like I said, they've been pretty dominant, and without Acuna,
Yeah, they even won a World Series without him that year, or 1 year.
Yeah, 2021 they won the World Series. So I feel bad for Atlanta right now. We know how Atlanta feels because the Red Sox lost Trevor Story for the season as well. So it's like, yeah. But the accomplishments. Now, this is another one of the big news that come out of baseball. The Negro League Baseball will now be in Major League Baseball record books officially. I think that's a good thing. It shows that the Negro League Baseball being recognized finally, and that's a lot of respect, and just I think it's respect right there. You know what I mean? For Major League Baseball to do that, I thought it would be super cool, including the players that like a Josh Gibson or Satchel Paige, legends from that league as well. So just to see that, I think it's about time. It's really cool to see that. Totally awesome. Padres Jeremiah Estrada, 13 consecutive strikeouts, a major league record. That's pretty good. 13 strikeouts in a row. And so we got two teams with 100,000 runs. The Cubs and the Giants. Okay. And Astros pitcher Justin Verlander, the luckiest man, meaning marrying Kate Upton. Speaking of our good buddy, there he is, Joey Casey. Yeah, Joey, what's going on, dude?
Well, the A's have another injury.
Who is it?
Their starter for today was actually Muller was supposed to start. Kyle Muller was supposed to start today, and then come to find out he's got elbow tendonitis.
Oh,
so they had to put him on the IL. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different pitchers, all who could have been in the rotation or are in the rotation on the injured list. So they had to call up a guy from AAA. He went 5 and 2. Hogan Harris went 5 2/3 so far today, but it's a 1-run game in Tampa Bay, so I trust nothing to chance.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you there. Yeah, we're going over.
I've been listening to the game the whole day, and guess what? I'm sitting there on my bed watching this game. Home run to Paredes, home run to Siri, and I'm sitting there in the right as they're about ready to start the third inning. I'm like, this offense hasn't done a damn thing all day. And you want to know what happens next? Single, triple, single, 2-run homer, 4-3. And I said, okay, they shut me up. I can't.
Oakland can be a very surprising thing, man. I'll tell you.
Well,
yeah.
Seattle's been a pain in the ass, I've heard.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. It is something else. I want to mention Astros pitcher, like I said, Justin Verlander, the luckiest dude on the planet, marrying Kate Upton. Well, moves to 10th in all-time in strikeouts. Well, there's only one person he had not struck out with, and that was Kate Upton. He never struck out with her, that's for sure. Little joke.
Yeah,
here,
there's those old MLB commercials where it's just like, you never threw a perfect game.
Unless you're that commentator for the Dodgers or for the Dodgers and Marlins. Hey, Godfather Don, what's going on, buddy? Oh, glad to see you in the chat, in the live chat. Okay, now call-up updates, transactions. The Braves signed Joey Wendell. That could be very helpful. And also they signed Ramon Laureano.
You want to know what makes me laugh? 2 A's. 2 more A's on the Braves.
Yeah, and I think to fill in for freaking Acuna, who's out for the season. And that
was horrible.
Yeah.
That injury is one of the most devastating non-contact. And all he was doing was taking a secondary, and he was getting ready to run. His knee went out.
Yeah.
It's the second time he's had a significant injury like that, because there was the first one where he was going to catch a fly ball in Miami, and his knee hits the wall. He goes to get back up, right back down.
Uh,
He's 26, and he's had 2 injuries like that now.
yeah. I tell you one thing, that is out for the season because you're talking about 9 months worth, because
And that's just it. The guy
Yeah.
just stole 73 bases. He's not going to have the speed anymore.
yeah, unfortunately, that could hurt the speed down the run. So, well, the Mets have been a myriad of problems, especially one. First, their closer has been placed on the injured list with a shoulder impingement. And it gets worse. Mets George Lopez
Jorge.
says, George Jorge. I think I have been on the worst team probably in the whole effing MLB.
But that's not what he said. The media misconstrued that. He said,
Yeah.
I am the worst teammate.
Yeah.
Teammate. Not team. Teammate. He says,
Yeah.
I'm one of the worst teammates.
Yeah, worst teammate. Well, I'm glad you corrected that. The aftermath, though, they're planning to designate him for assignment after his glove flooring incident on Wednesday.
Yeah, no, I don't understand. You eject him. You DFA him for throwing his glove in the stands. Harper throws his helmet in the stands after getting thrown out of the game, and everyone in Philadelphia is happy. This guy throws his glove in the stands because he's a little-known pitcher. The Mets DFA him, and this is why. And this is no offense to Jason, but the Mets are one of the biggest circuses, and this is ever since they got rid of Buck Showalter as their manager. Everyone thinks Buck Showalter was the problem. Everywhere Buck Showalter is gone, there's been some form of success after the fact. The Mets, They showed what Pete Alonso's hand looked like after getting hit in the hand. His finger was sideways. Broken fingers. So they just lost Pete Alonso for a few weeks, too.
Wow.
So the merry-go-round, you put another coin in, and it's the hell ride that never ends for the New York Mets. It's a damn shame, too.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Mets at this rate. I'm sure, Jorge Lopez must have been very frustrated about his performance and with the umpiring crew and all that. And sometimes, we can't let your temper get the best of you and do something stupid and get you in a whole lot of trouble. So, yeah. So that is what happened. In other news, 2026 World Baseball Classic venues have been announced. Lone Depot Park, Miami. Minute Maid Park for the first time ever in Houston. Tokyo Dome in Japan.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, Tokyo Dome in Japan is like their equivalent to Madison Square Garden here in the States. And
and it's always rocking whoever plays there.
Yeah.
Because especially when the Cuban team was playing in Florida, just for that World Baseball Classic, they had like 36,000 fans because of where the location is. Just these crazy Cuban fans.
Yeah, it's yeah, so that's a huge Tokyo, Japan, Tokyo Dome would be baseball or wrestling because those two sports are huge over there, especially when you have something Tokyo Dome. You're talking about the Madison Square Garden of Japan, that's for sure. And finally, the Hiram Bithorn Stadium in Puerto Rico. So,
wow, I haven't heard about that one in 20 years.
Yeah, so
the reason that you don't hear about that stadium anymore is because back in 2003 and 2004, the Expos actually had to play there for a while because of Olympic Stadium having issues.
Yeah, and that's why I think they moved to Washington, unfortunately, because of that reason. I'll
no,
never.
every day they keep talking about how they want Montreal to have a team again, but that was what almost happened. I think it was 2 seasons ago with the Rays. They were supposed to sign a contract, and it was the weirdest thing. They were like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna play half your home games in Tampa, so 41 there, and then you're gonna play 41 in Montreal."
And then you got Olympic Stadium with the Expos. I will never forget one incident where Tommy Lasorda had the Montreal Expos mascot ejected because he was walking around on top of the Dodgers dugouts falling asleep. And the fans booed that.
You know who the umpire was, don't you?
I forget.
Bach and Bob Davison, the biggest killjoy in all baseball.
Bark and Bob Davison.
Bach and Bob Davison. Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a fan thrown out at one point.
Yeah, no, he takes off his mask. He's just like, "Hey, you can't talk bad about me. Get out of here."
And it's like, Bob said,
it's so
Bob,
sensitive. It's so sensitive.
So we'll get more on umpires. It looks like, according to Commissioner Rob Manfred, it's becoming more like this will not be a go for 2025 for robot umpires.
Well, you just had your worst umpire be forced to retire.
We're getting into that right now. Biggest report, biggest news coming out of baseball. Angel Hernandez once again. Angle. Okay. Even in the spelling of angel. Isn't it like angels or something like that? It's about angles. You know? How do angles protect me? Okay. Whatever. I don't know. Angle. Yeah, Kurt Angle. It's true. It's true. Anyways.
I know.
Yeah. We'll do it.
You're a suplex off the top rope.
Yeah. Angle's clan. Whee!
Oh no,
boy.
there goes Angel Hernandez.
Angel Hernandez. I will never forget when Steve Mongo McMichael called him out while singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Wrigley Field."
Yeah, no.
Angel
Hernandez has a speech with an umpire after the game.
Yeah.
And then he goes like this. He goes, "Boo." And it's funny because they just talked about that incident because they showed the reason why he was so upset. They showed the play. It was, I think, I don't know if it was the Rockies and the Cubs. Yeah. And all right, Jesse, all right. But what happened was it was a play at the plate on a wild pitch. Pitcher goes to tag the runner. Coomer is safe, not even close. And he says, "Ouch!" Yeah. And then the end of the game was some out of this world wackiness because Girardi was involved. There was multiple runners on the bases. One of the runners is going to second base. He's running between second and third. You got you got two on. The runner's going from second to third. Runner's going from third to home. And then they tag the runner at first base, going between first and second. And the runner comes home. And then Skip Care, the guy who's currently the umpire for the broadcaster for the Cardinals, the grandson. And then what's his name? Chris Carey is now the announcer for the A's. And he's just like, he starts to say, "Oh, he's out," and the Angel calls him safe. So he screws up 2 calls. One benefits the Cubs. The other one doesn't. Mongo gets ejected. The whole thing.
He did get ejected because he called out Angel Hernandez.
And this is the part that people always get wrong. Angel Hernandez did not eject Mongo, Randy Marsh, and yes, not Stan's dad, the umpire. The actual umpire's name was Randy Marsh, and he said, "Gone." And what you don't see is you see Angel Hernandez mouth the words to Mongo.
Yeah.
Because I can't say that word on here. I'll get fired.
Don't worry about it, man.
But still, Angel Hernandez got forced to retire for a number of reasons. More specifically, those pitches against Wyatt Langford. 6.5 inches off the plate, 6 1/3 inches off the plate, and then almost 7 inches off the plate. You're out! And then he looked back and said, huh? How do you miss pitches that far off the plate? The only umpire I've ever seen that was worse than that, 1997. Not Greg Maddux. It was Levon Hernandez. Eric Gregg was behind home plate. If you ever need to watch footage of a terrible umpiring performance, Eric Gregg rung up so many Braves that day on pitches that were in the right-handed batter's box. They weren't close. So I'll give Angel Hernandez enough credit. He was serviceable at some points, garbage at others, but at least he wasn't Joe West.
Yeah, I will never. I muted Jesse just in case if there's any conversations going on there.
But no.
So
my top five worst. Angel Hernandez is even on the list.
Really?
No. Stevie Bucknor, Tim McQuillan, surprisingly enough, Joe West. McSherry wasn't one of them, but Eric Gregg being another one. That's 4. And number 5 was always going to be Laz Diaz.
Yeah,
Laz Diaz is one of the worst umpires, and I had to see him umpire a game 3 weeks ago. And I was looking at the game. I was at the A's game, and I was watching. And I'm in the right field bleachers. Okay, I've got a good view straight to home plate.
Mm-hmm.
I may be a little off to the right, but I'm seeing pitches, ball, strike, that aren't strikes, that aren't balls, and then all of a sudden, nobody got ejected. There was 3 injuries in that game, but 3 pitchers got pulled. But you can't call, and this game ended up being 12-11, by the way. A 12-11 slugfest where the umpires calling pitches say this is my strike zone because I'm a catcher. This pitch, ball. This pitch, strike. You can't call edges. You can't call corners. You can't call up and down. And then all of a sudden, you get a 6'5", 350-pound man all of a sudden says, where do you think my strike zone is? These umpires are even worse.
Umpires can make us Major League fans pull our hair out.
One of my favorite things, and I felt like I had to say this, but it was a video that made me laugh. It was about umpires. But the guy said, if you ever feel bad, look at all these blind men out here trying to make their lives better in the world. And it was all these guys in an umpire academy.
Being a blind man, I will never forget. It was a minor league game. It was the Iowa Cubs, I think it was, for the Cubs system. And I remember the PA guy. I think the umpire was playing. Yeah, 3 blind mice. He were playing the Three Stooges or something like that.
And he said,
"You're gone. Shut it down for the rest of the night." I'm like,
the broadcasters were in tears.
I was like, that was awesome. He said,
me and my dad, when my dad was still around, we were at an A's game, and this umpire was being so bad, we started singing at the top of our lungs. Security didn't care. The ushers didn't care. 4 blind mice. 4 blind mice.
Oh, no.
And it went on for a while. It was 4 blind mice. 4 blind mice. See how they lie. See how they lie.
Well, like the 4 Stooges, because every time I hear the 3 blind mice
Mo, Larry, Shemp, and Curly Joe.
Yeah. It was Mo, Larry, Curly, and Shemp. And 3 of the 4 are brothers, for goodness sakes. Hey, Jesse,
it's weird hearing about that because you see Mo with all the hair, and then you see Curly bald as a cue ball.
And Larry's got the hair like Bozo the Clown or something.
Oh boy!
Hey, yeah,
the A's are in the 9th inning, and it's Miller time.
All right. Hey, Jesse, how do you feel about Angel Hernandez retiring? Got to hear from you, buddy.
I think it's about time. It's been a long time coming. He's been in the league for too long. He's been screwing up things for too long. I think it's time for him to go.
Yeah.
we couldn't get rid of him because he was.
Yeah, because and everything. Well, he finally decided to retire. So this is I'm just happy.
Four
That he,
different times. 4 different times he filed for racial discrimination. It's just like, it's not racial discrimination. You just suck.
you just suck as an umpire. It's not your color. It's not your race, dude.
Yeah.
And
You're good with that.
that's
is
just
that
it.
you
There's
gotta
been plenty
call
of Hispanic umpires. There's been plenty of white umpires, black umpires. There's never been an Asian umpire, but we'll see about that. You go to Japan, there's all kinds of different umpires. But still, you've got to not be bad at your job.
Yeah,
because people will notice when you're bad at your job.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And I gotta tell you, so I know there was some lighthearted Angel Hernandez moment when there was one when Adrian Beltre was trying to avoid being tagged at third base. He ended up running into the left field and all that. and then I was like, Adrian Hernandez, you're out. Come on, you're out of the baseline, brother. And he says, and he kind of nudges Adrian Hernandez kind of nudges Adrian Beltre. He's like, what are you doing, man? What are you running out there for? He's showing a laugh. There's
never going to be another Adrian Beltre, and I think that's a damn shame because it was him and Elvis Andrus. They always used, and I'm an A's fan. They always used to make me laugh. Where it's just like Adrian's going up for a pop up. And Elvis is going like this. They're both got their gloves up, and then he'll go over and look like this. He'll threaten to throw his glove at him.
I totally remember when there was a pitcher's conference on the mound, and I remember Andrew and I don't know, he's trying to do the head touch thing. I think Adrian Beltre is sensitive about his head being touched.
Yeah, no, he doesn't like his head being touched, and he took his glove off. He goes to get it off. He throws it out.
It was the funniest. I think it was the funniest. It was the funniest thing in the world, and I remember.
Oh no!
Uh-oh. A's blew it, didn't they?
No. Jose Siri did it again. 100 miles an hour down and in, home run to left field. That's
home
run allowed the whole season. He throws him 100-mile-an-hour fastball. He just crushed it. This guy he's not even hitting 200. He's hit 2 home runs today, and now that's Mason Miller's first blown save the whole season.
Wow.
He doesn't give up He doesn't give up homers. He doesn't.
Oh man!
But now we're potentially going to extras. So now,
yeah.
I'm sorry for interrupting. Continue.
No, it's okay. It's all. Is it a bomb in the ninth over there? Are they playing?
It's the bottom of the ninth. They're playing in Tampa Bay. It was a 4-3 lead. The A's have had so many chances today. Besides that 4-run inning, they had They had Abraham Toro double to lead off an inning. They don't get him in. J.J. Bleday lead off double to lead off the inning. Don't get him in. You leave runners in scoring position, you're not going to win a freaking ball game.
Yeah. So, well, hopefully
this team, but damn.
Hopefully Miller shuts it down, or else Tim Bay could end up walking away with a walk-off. So
they had that last night. They pitched. Michael Kelly was on the mound. Double. They bunt the guy over. Base hit. Ball game. So I'm just hoping they go to extras because you guys know how I feel about the Manfred man. But this time,
please. Do I did he did it. Anyway.
Stop that.
I know. Stop singing. No singing.
You got that stupid song stuck in my head because I was thinking about it this week at work.
You said Manfred Man. Come on now.
No, in the middle of work, I'm singing do-a-dee-dee-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-doo. And my coworkers are looking at me like, the hell's wrong with you? Because I'm in the back doing this. I'm in the back doing something, and I thought, well, I hope the Manfred Men do-a-dee-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-doo.
Don't mention Manfred Man when you're good.
Walking down the street singing do-a-dee-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-doo.
Like, how you know that song?
No, it's because when I was younger, I used to watch Matlock, Diagnosis Murder, and all that stuff, and they're like, "You're too young to remember that."
I showed Jesse. I'm going to show you what I got. The 2024.
Oh, that's always nice. Is that the media guide?
No, it's the Red Sox yearbook. 2024 Red Sox.
And
Red
it's too
Sox-
bad because the A's don't do that anymore. I had the A's media guide. It's about this thick and about that. It's about this big and about this thick generally for the media guides. I love them
Yeah.
because
So
then it's just those are always nice though. Those are very
the
very
Red
nice.
Sox, I collect Red Sox yearbooks. I've been collecting them since '89. I was gifted my first one was 1989. I decided
So you're going on 35 years of having them. So I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
this.
Well, I skipped a few years and I started buying the older ones on eBay.
Well, here's the thing.
The recent one.
If you do find a girlfriend there, Eric, she's gonna say, "Hey, well, at least it's on a stack of Playboys."
Yeah, true. So, yeah, so
Okay, the A's
right.
are going to extras because
Okay, we'll talk about
besides the homer, strike three.
Yep. So
He's got an insane strikeout rate. It's just that they always tell you if you're going to throw that hard, you're speeding up the batter, and the second the batter hits, all the batter has to do is make contact. He made contact, all right, 400 feet to left field. That's a second bomb he's hit today, too.
Yeah.
And then he won yesterday from Geloff that would have won the game anyways. So,
all right, and the
200 hitter.
All right, final piece of news: the Orioles got swept in a regular season for the first time since a couple of years ago, May 13th to the 15th in 2022. I forget who they played, but
wow.
So,
that don't happen too often to him anymore.
That's how good the Orioles have been. Like I said, the Orioles took 2 or 3 against the Red Sox.
Well, everyone remembers them being 47-115 Showalters last year, a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and listen, they came a long way. Brandon Hyde's doing a heck of a job with that team. So, speaking of teams, let's get on to our teams. I know, Jesse, how are your Astros doing?
We are in 3rd place right now. We are currently on the precipice of getting swept by the Seattle Mariners.
Mariners have been a pain. I'll tell you one thing. Watch out for them. They're pesky. They're playing like a team wanting a championship. They're one of 5 teams left in the major leagues that have not won a championship. Seattle. I know
Brewers, Seattle, the Rays.
Yeah, Rays have been in the World Series.
No, but they haven't won one.
Yeah, haven't won one. Colorado's been in the World Series, but haven't won one. Padres.
That's 5.
Mariners.
Brewers, Mariners, Rays, Rockies, Padres.
And 3 of the 5 have made it to
all of whom are expansion teams, by the way.
Yeah. Let's see. 3 of those 5 teams have made it to a World Series, but haven't got a title. The Brewers made it.
Padres in '98.
Yeah.
Mariners have.
So we lost Jesse. I don't know what happened. Hopefully, you can tell us what's going on. Did I? Anyways, yeah. Mariners did not make it to a World Series, I don't believe, but they haven't won.
No, they haven't. The closest they came, they've been to the ALCS 3 different times.
Yeah.
Even 2001, where they lost despite winning 116 games. You can't do that.
Yeah, unfortunately. Hopefully, Jesse will tell me what's wrong. I'll message him, see if as I know.
It must have been the connection because I don't think he would have just outright.
According to this, he was connected. Let's see. All right, I sent him a message. Hopefully, he'll let me know what the heck is happening. He was about to talk about the Texas,
the Texas teams. Yes.
Wait, never mind. He's back. I hope.
There you
go.
Yeah, no, we lost you there for a second.
Yeah, what happened, buddy?
The internet decided to time out on me.
Oh, that sucks.
It's supposed to be Spectrum, but again.
Oh, brother, I've heard things about them.
The stupid Spectrum idiots. You just made the list. Anyways.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, go ahead. All right. What about your Houston Astros? I know third place right now. That's not bad, dude. So there's not no improve.
Well, they brought back Jose Abreu.
Yeah, hopefully I'm muting Joey's mic just in case. And when he comes back, I will get him back on. I know we have a lot to talk about as far as his A's are concerned. And anything that
Dana
we know.
Brown won't place a timeline on Jose Abreu benching demotion. It's like Houston's general manager addressed the state of the struggling first baseman during the Wednesday's appearance of Sports Talk 790. The Houston Astros hope to see a revived version of Jose Abreu when the veteran first baseman returned this week, following a brief stint working at the club's spring training facility in West Palm Beach. The time away didn't mark a turning point in Abreu's ugly 2024 season. Abreu has hit 1 in 6 at-bats across his last 2 games at Seattle, adding a trio of strikeouts and a costly missed defensive play in Tuesday's loss as Abreu struggles. His general manager is considering just how long a leash to give the 3-time All-Star. He's a veteran, and I hope he turns the corner. If he can't turn the corner, we'll have to deal with it, Astros general manager Dana Brown said Wednesday during an appearance on Sports Talk 790 in Houston. Going forward, if he doesn't get hot, we're going to have to make a decision.
Oh boy, yeah. I feel I kind of feel it. You know, at least hopefully Abreu can get back on his feet again.
Yeah.
So
They should have just keep John Singleton as a starter. He's doing decent. And just have I don't know, we can't get rid of Abreu because of that contract he signed.
yeah, sometimes the money can really can eat you alive.
Thanks, Jeff Bagwell.
Oh God, that contract is horrible.
That's what I mean. Thank you, Jeff Bagwell.
Why? Let me see. He had 237 last season. Yes, he had 18 home runs, but 237 ain't going to get you nowhere. I hate to say it, but it's not.
Well, let's talk about your Oakland A's there, Joey. I know we heard from you last week, so
well,
what's going
they
on?
could be a whole lot worse right now. I'll say that because I know those damn Astros beat them again. They beat them. The A's are 6-1 against the 1-6 against Houston. They get swept in Houston. They lose to them 2 out of 3 at the Coliseum, and now they're trying to get a series win against the Rays. But it seems like their bullpen is here nor there. They've got 2 guys out for the year. Trevor Gott, who's never going to throw a pitch for the A's because he had Tommy John surgery. Ken Waldichuk was supposed to be one of their big starters. He's out for the season with Tommy John. Luis Medina out for 60 days due to an MCL sprain. They've lost Joe Boyle, Ross Stripling, Alex Wood, Kyle Muller, and now they're down 5 starters.
He should fire their trainer. That's what he should do.
It's just the fact that so many injuries have popped up for this team. That's why they've gone on a landslide where they're just 4-12 in their last 16 games, and they've won 1 series, and that was against Colorado. And that was because Colorado was the drizzling shits. Excuse my language, but they are. And now the A's are currently. Oh my God! Come on, Andujar. You did so good for him the last couple of days, and now you're screwing up again. They had the bases loaded with nobody out. They got the go-ahead run in, and now the bases are loaded, hit into a double play.
Oh.
The guy's got 8 RBIs in limited action so far for the A's. He's into 2 double plays. He had a 3-run homer 2 days ago. But Jesus Christ, you're killing yourselves with all these bad things happening. Yeah. And then you got a guy, because it was a force at home. They throw to first, they get Andujar. But now you got your second best hitter who's 2 for 4 on the day. Your freaking catcher who weighs 230 pounds but has the same foot speed as your fastest runner on the team at 27.7 feet per second. Riddle me that. Oh, a 230-pound man is running just as fast as your guy who stole 67 bases last year. And he's hitting doubles, he's hitting triples. I watched this man play in person, and he hits a ball in the gap. He's chugging, he's rumbling, he's stumbling, he's picking him up, he's putting him down, and he goes like this. Big belly flopping to third base like Pete Rose. The hair comes up, the helmet's still on, and he goes like this.
Baseball bloopers.
And it made me so happy seeing that. It's just like, there's hope for the big mammal.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
But no, considering the A's already have 23 wins and it's the end of May tomorrow, I have no problems right now. Houston could be above the A's right now for all I care. It's all about making sure this team finishes out with a decent record, and I think they will. Yeah. But my one problem is they called up Aledmus Diaz again.
Oh,
the guy that paid $7.25 million. They called him up from AAA. You want to know he was hitting AAA in 10 games? He was hitting $154. They called him up.
Well,
I'm like, this is the small range version of Jose Abreu. That 2-year, $14.5 million contract is one of the worst contracts they ever signed anybody to. Trevor May was signed 1 year, $7.5 million last season. He gets 23 saves for the A's and is brilliant despite his anxiety issues that he had that took him out for a month of the season. He got 23 saves for a team that won 50-some-odd games. Ridiculous. Like, I don't understand why you're throwing No. The biggest signing the A's have had the entire season, Abraham Toro, ex-Astro. Just this month, 38 hits in the month of May. Biggest steal they could have ever gotten. You want to know what he costs? Same amount as Shohei Ohtani is making this season. They're both $2 million players.
Oh, boy.
And Abraham Toro has more hits than Ohtani does right now. So that should tell you something. He's
Abraham Toro's also
a
big prospect
leadoff hitter. So that whole thing
Toro
is three teams gave up on Abraham Toro. Milwaukee, Houston, and Seattle. And now the A's got him off the island of misfit toys. He's hitting the ball better than Ty Cobb ever did. It's the guys you don't think are going to do anything. So, all right, now, Jesus Christ. You can't hit that. You cannot hit that pitch. Miller just threw one about chest high, 100 miles an hour. The guy went, whoop, looked at his bat like there was a hole in it. He's given up. Yes, he gave up the home run to tie the game, but he's gotten 4 strikeouts. This man has walked a total of 7 batters versus, as of now, he's got 51 strikeouts versus just 7 walks. He's allowed 1 home run this season. If he doesn't get Rookie of the Year considerations, I will eat my hat on stream.
Oh, boy.
All you'll see is this. I'll get some of JR's barbecue sauce, and I'll just...
It might taste like chicken. You never know.
Does a hat taste like chicken? I don't know. Ask David.
Hat tastes like chicken. That's great. That's good stuff. Okay. We hear from the.
But no, that's all. That's all I have. I just wanted to make sure I wanted to make sure I made Eric just outright just guffaw, just make spit fly everywhere. I want to make sure that he goes.
That was pretty funny though. That was pretty funny though. I had to. That was funny. That was funny. I'm having a good day. You know, it's kind of.
I know, but all you see is just like a pair of hamburger buns, and David's trying to eat this massive Whopper. It's just like, I'm going to eat this. Ah!
Does it taste like
He only
chicken?
gets that big of a bite off.
Oh boy. Sorry if you're watching this, David, we apologize. Anyways.
Hey, I'm not sorry.
We like roasting you, David. We love you, David. Yeah, he's back from his vacation for his cousin's wedding. So welcome back, David, if you're actually watching this. I'll talk about my Red Sox. Let's see. My calendar. I've had to move my calendar because it keeps falling out. Let's see. Keeps falling out. We're at I want to talk about what happened this past week. And the Red Sox did something in 5 years that that they have not done in 5 years, was sweep the Rays in Tropicana Field. All right,
That's very, very difficult to do.
yeah, because the Rays are a very good team. Let me tell you something. The AL East is probably one of the most competitive divisions that I've ever seen. You think about the Yankees are in first place, the Orioles, Rays and Red Sox bounce back between third and fourth place. The Blue Jays are supposed to be competitive, but they're in last place, which I was kind of shocked at with all that offense they have. I don't know if it's the pitching or what. So
It's always pitching when your offense is too good, but your pitching can't stop the runs.
yeah, unfortunately. Then a short 3-game homestand for the Red Sox against the Brewers. 2 or 3 there. The Red Sox are going to have very difficult winning at home. They got to get that cleaned up pretty soon. And then recently we ran into the Red Sox ran into the Orioles. 2 out of 3 against them. They beat the Red Sox 11-3, 8-3 in the first two. Red Sox won the second game 8-3, and the Orioles beat the Sox yesterday 6-1. We have a 4-game series against Detroit. They're coming home. Detroit, they're coming home for a 4-game series and 2 games, 60-game homestand against 4 against the Tigers, 2 against the Braves, and then we go for a battle of the Sox to start June off. 4-game series in Chicago against them, and then another 3-game series against the Phillies in June. The Phillies, the very powerful Phillies. That will be a heck of. Bryce Harper at Fenway Park. It's going to be very interesting. And then the Yankees the Red Sox are finally going to face the Yankees this season, and June 14th through the 16th. So, and then Red Sox will try to fend off the Blue Jays from getting into last place. So I got to tell you. And like I said, this Red Sox yearbook that I have is one of the best. I've always collected Red Sox yearbooks when I was younger. That's like my first one was given to me as a gift. The one with Dwight Evans on the cover back in 1989, and they talk a lot about it when the Red Sox have some of the best players like Roger Clemens, Wade Boggs, Mike Greenwell, the Gator, Marty Barrett, Rich Gedman, all these legendary players, man. Let me tell you, and nowadays, you see the evolution of the Red Sox, in my opinion, and you see a lot of players doing a lot of things. But let me tell you, we lost Jesse again. Internet must have cut it. Spectrum must have done something to him again. I feel bad for Jesse at this point. Probably have shot. Probably where he is, the internet must be totally shoddy at this point. So, anyways, yeah. So the Red Sox, yeah, they're struggling a little bit. They're up and down, ebbing and flowing. They just need to get a good winning streak going. The problem is Bayo and Pivetta, they're trying to get back into their groove after getting off injuries. Oh, let's see if we can get them back on. Yeah, okay. All right. Welcome back, Jesse. I know Spectrum sucks. Don't worry. So my Red Sox right now, ebbing and flowing, but if the Red Sox can get a consistent streak going. I know the last time they had an excellent streak, we'll say 10 in a row back in, was it 2018 or something like that? I know they had a win streak that got him into the division, a major winning streak. We'll have to go date back to 1988 when Joe Morgan took over for John McNamara, the Morgan Magic, as they call it, 24 straight, at home. So that's hard to do. And with Tristan Casas out and Yoshida still out, the Red Sox offense is like sputtering a little bit, and you need those two gentlemen to really help out. I mean, after signing Yoshida $90 million and the poor guy's on a DL because of a hurt thumb. So I'm hoping that, and Costa's got an oblique strain. He's trying to get himself back into shape. So it's not going to be very easy for the Sox to try to make the playoffs at all this season. That's going to be, and you're praying. It looks like you're praying, Joey. Or
I am.
yeah.
Because stupid runner on second base is becoming a problem again. But the A's are in the middle of a manager challenge, so
Okay.
I'm not watching the game because I'm trying to focus on this right now.
Okay.
But I have the game day app open, so I'm listening to what you have to say, and if I have anything to add, I'll add. But
no, that's fine. We only got 9 minutes left, so
but I'm hoping, because I don't like how tight these games have been.
I know.
The A's won the first one 3-0. They lost by a run yesterday. It's a 1-run game right now. I ain't.
The A's
of emotion. I'm in a glass cage of emotion here.
Are the A's up by the run, or is it the Rays?
Yeah, they got the run, but they're second and third right now, and they're trying to figure out if Palacios was out stealing second base.
Oh, I see. Hopefully they win that challenge. That could help.
Well, they've already won. The Rays already lost one, so this is the A's challenge, because that's the whole thing. You lose your challenge if you're wrong.
Right.
And you don't get another one. But if you're right, you get to keep the challenge. It's not like in football where you get two, and in Major League Baseball, you only get one.
Yeah.
You either win and keep, or you lose and lose.
Yeah. So, hoping the A's win that challenge. That will be what? How many outs right now?
There's one out, runner on third. There was runners at the corners because Yandy Diaz. And I'll say this. The Rays don't have many hitters hitting over 200 right now. But Arozarena has walked twice, and that's the problem. Arozarena got thrown out. Has been thrown out stealing twice in this series. He's at the plate. Oh, no, they lost the challenge. So now Miller has to get himself out of this jam. He's got 4 strikeouts, but he needs to keep the ball out of play right now.
Right.
He needs to focus on the guy at the plate because Harold Ramirez is on deck, and that's their second best hitter right now.
Yeah.
Oh, damn you. No. No. Okay. So, so is he safe at third, or did they get him at third? What happened? Okay, so the runner does score. The A's, Miller gives up a second run.
Oh, so they tied it up again.
Yes. However, there's 2 outs now. Runner on third base. And here comes Harold Ramirez. No, Brandon Lau.
Oh, boy. I heard that guy's a pesky hitter.
He is. He got hit by a pitch in his last at bat. You got runner on third, 2 outs. You send this to extra innings, and they intentionally walk him to get to Paredes. So now,
smart move.
Well, Paredes is already homered, and you don't want to let him get bat on ball because you just want to jam him, do anything you can because at this point, if Paredes is the final out, he'd be the runner.
Right.
Okay. So, what? The hell are you? No!
Uh-oh.
No! Why? Why would you load the bases?
They intentionally walk him too?
Yes. Katse, what are you doing? He just intentionally walked 2 in a row to get to
That's unheard of. That's unheard of. Usually, intentional walks are very rare sometimes, unless strategy-wise you need to do it. But 2 in a row? 2 in a row?
They had a runner on third base, 2 outs.
Uh-huh.
You intentionally walked the first guy to set up runners at the corners. That's fine. Yeah. But then he walked the second guy to load the bases. No. You got to hope now. Okay, so there was an automatic strike because the batter ran out of time. Now he's got no 2 count because the next pitch was fouled off. Now you have to strike this guy out.
Exactly.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Baseball is a crazy sport sometimes. They make
Oh my God, he got the final out.
uh
So now,
Oakland
here's the
does.
thing. Let's see. So the final out
But it's
of
okay
the
for my
inning.
that's all for my Red Sox report, by the way. Just so it wasn't
So the final out was. Oh, that's no. I
what?
wish you could see what I'm looking at right now.
Uh,
The home plate umpire is Chris Conroy.
oh
He
boy.
called Shea Langoliers out on a pitch because on pitch tracks there shows doesn't show on TV, but it shows there's an extra 2 inches that they give umpires.
Oh boy.
The slider that was called strike 3 was on a pitch that was on the extra 2 inches outside. So it was a strike in their vision, just not there. But the A's have their best foot speed guy, which is Shea Langoliers on second base to start the next half inning. They need at least 2 runs because the rule of thumb is if you only get 1 run and you're going against a home team that's now done that twice, because this is the second game in less than a week where the A's have already had this problem with the runner on second base. They faced the Rockies. Mason Miller gave up a bunch of runs.
Right.
It went from 5-5 to 9-5, and all of a sudden it's 9-5 Rockies. Then the A's come back. They get the runner on second base home. Then the merry-go-round went like this. They won that game 10-9 because they got fortunate enough to have 5 runs score in the bottom of the inning. They won 11. But this is why I hate this rule. Because games like this, the longest game that's had the runner on second base has been 16 innings. 16. Yeah, no. I'm all for speeding up the game.
Yeah.
You could see the steam coming out of here.
Oh, Jesus.
This game started at 10:10. It's been 2 hours and 47 minutes, and they're going into the 10th inning. The 11th inning, excuse me. But now, since it's getaway day for a bunch of these for both of these teams, and the A's go to Atlanta after this, they have to finish this game so they can get the flight to get to the airport and get the flight to Atlanta. Because Atlanta's not the same team now, but they're still 31-22.
Yeah, I think they're second place, I believe, behind Philly.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Please tell me that didn't just happen. Please. Please let it only have been 1 out. Oh my God. How do you miss a home run there? You hit the ball you hit the ball to a wall. And it's 313 out there. How far did he hit that thing? 352 feet. He misses a home run. Now Geloff's up. They need a home run to put them up by 2 runs. I don't care what anybody says. You need to have a lead because Mason Miller's not going out there for another inning.
Yeah, you need some insurance runs in there.
Well, that's why they're called insurance runs because in insurance, location.
Right.
Unfortunately, the A's, I don't know who they're going to go to after this because Ursig hasn't pitched in the last 3 games and they haven't said anything.
All right. Well,
their bullpen's drained at this point. And I don't want Miller going out there, despite the fact that he used to be a starter.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Geloff, please get ahead. Please get anything. Something, anything. Don't let Diaz come up in this and try and put them up. For Christ's sake. He hasn't done anything. He's been 0 for 4. He's 0 for 4 in this freaking season. 0 for 4 in the series. Waste of money.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Well, before Joey loses his mind on his Oakland Athletics, and the poor guy we're almost out of time. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to episode 10 of the Dugout Crew podcast. I'd like to thank Joey Acacia and Jesse Ortiz for being my co-host for today on this episode. Hopefully, we'll have another episode next week on the Dugout Crew podcast every Thursday on this channel, the David 3000 Network, at 3 o'clock Eastern time. So thank you for tuning in, and hope you don't strike out in life, and hope you hit a home run in life. See you later. Have a good and wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.